It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
That gets things running. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Well, this guy, Jeremy Doku, is the kind of player I'd rather not have come up against, Peter, because he's got real tenacity, he's strong, he's quick, and he can go either side. And as a fullback, that just makes you keep guessing as to what he's going to do next.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Natchez Nunes, forwards and with intent. Caicedo. And it's Palmer. This is gone, that's a foul. Well, you might think he got off lightly, it is just a verbal warning.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Palmer! And there's an early warning shot across the bow. Over the line, and that'll be a goal kick. Semenyo chips it through. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Caicedo. Fernandez. Caicedo. Palmer. Fernandez. And he's surging through. Played out to the right. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. And here's Fernandez. Oh, shooting chance! Cherki. Chance here to counter. Now it's Doku. Doku. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Semenyo. And it's played into the middle. Oh, smashing header! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Haaland made such good movement to get in position there. We were all expecting much more.
Lavia. Hato. Caicedo. Pedro Neto. Lavia. Lavia. He's gone direct here. Doku. O'Reilly. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Oh, can he get onto this? Oh, Red, nice interception. Fofana. Palmer. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto laid out to the left flank. Keeper's got good distance on that. And it's Palmer. Out to the right. Both sides a bit lacking in intent. Cherki. Haaland have it back and can go again. Fofana. Pato. That's really well manoeuvred. Fernandez. João Pedro. Pedro Neto. Semenyo. Haaland. And there's green grass ahead of him. Matheus Nunes. Delivered in. Lavia is there and he can get that clear. Matheus Nunes. That is lovely. Cherki. It's run loose here. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's shifting through the gears here. Now that's a fine challenge. Gehi defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And it's Fernandez. Gusto. He's found a way through. Well, now here's a good battle. Palmer! Gehi. Bernardo Silva. Matheus Nunes. Pedro Neto shifted upfield. Lobbed in behind. Now it's come to nothing. O'Reilly. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Cucurella. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Kusanov, aim forwards. Bernardo Silva.
Really looking to do something that's simple here, Peter, but it has to be effective.
How exactly can they do that?
Well, they're tucking their fullbacks into midfield to enable their more talented personnel to push forward.
Now it's Haaland. Semenyo. Semenyo! He's done very well to get to that.
Semenyo clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Fernandez. O'Reilly.
Doku.
O'Reilly. Bernardo Silva. Kusanov. O'Reilly. Bernardo Silva. And it's O'Reilly. And here's Doku. Nice control. Looking for a decent ball in. Chance to deliver. Well read. And the danger is averted. And he's heaved it away. That's the throw. He's got away. Cross in. Firmly met. Caicedo. Pedro Neto, spread out to the left. Now it's João Pedro. Gusto. Lovely bit of skill. Palmer. Cherki. So what can they make of this? Proves too strong. Pedro Neto. Picks it up out wide. Can he deliver? Cucurella. Now here's the delivery. Gehi gets it clear. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Pato. And it's Cucurella. Oh, nice touch. Fernandez. Now it's João Pedro. There's the shot! Just off target.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
That's not going far. Fernandez. Matches Nunes, gets rid without sophistication. And it's Cucurella. Oh, such a clever touch. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. And he's been booked for simulation.
Well, that's just very cynical. For him to think he could get away with it is ugly on his part.
Donnarumma sends that a long way. Palmer. Maybe goalless, but it is not without interest.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Doku is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass to did he?
Palmer. João Pedro. Matches Nunes. Gehi. Rodri, gently done. Semenyo, delicate ball, and it needs to be. Gusto. Fofana. Pato. Fernandez. Over to the left. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And it's played forward. Cherki. He can run onto that. Haaland unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And back to the keeper they go. Fofana. Fernandez chooses to go cross-field. Pedro Neto. Fernandez, that's a delicate pass. Defending of the desperate variety. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Doku. Gehi. Rodri. Gehi. Haaland. Now he's off and running. And here's Haaland. And here's Doku. Nice physical challenge. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Muscular approach does pay off here. Now it's Palmer, and it's Gusto. Moved on forwards. Cherki. Bernardo Silva, aim forwards. That looks a... Haaland!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Caicedo. Palmer. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Out to the left it goes. Pedro Neto. He's through here. Fernandez. Cucurella could try cutting inside here. So who's he picking out? Cucurella played back in.
They've certainly set out to cause a problem or two down that left flank. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
And here's Doku. He's going all the way! Chance, surely! Caicedo. Dinks one through. Dink through. And he's running through. He's through. Great chance! They scored! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Matheus Nunes. Matheus Nunes. Caicedo. João Pedro, spread out to the left. Pedro Neto. Matheus Nunes does really well to win the ball there. Gehi. And here's Haaland. Over to the left. Doku played into the box. Just deflected over the goal line for a corner. So it's going to be another corner. Oh, what a climb! Hit with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Hato, that's really well manoeuvred. Half an hour played now. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Yehi. Bernardo Silva laid out to the left flank. That is good, super running, sharp movement, came up against a defender though who was ever so determined. Palmer. Bernardo Silva. And it's Bernardo Silva. Oh, sweet feet. Doku, that's good play. Hato can get it clear. And reclaimed it in a trice. Palmer did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. João Pedro. Gusto. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Doku. Doku, that's tidy. And here's Doku, Cherki. Oh, it's come loose. Rodri. Cherki. Pedro Neto. Can he latch on to this? Now it's João Pedro. There will be a throw-in. Palmer providing an outlet on that flank. Up he goes! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Yehi. O'Reilly. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Gusto, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Over to the left. The message is clear, none shall pass. Fofana. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Now it's João Pedro. Spread out to the left. Cucurella. They're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Cherki. Now it's Haaland. Semenyo succumbs to the pressure.
Pedro Neto.
Hato. Lavia. Fernandez. Cucurella. Fernandez.
Pedro Neto.
Cucurella. And here's Neto. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And it's played forward. Cherki. Now that's well seen too. Gusto. Lavia. Fofana. Fofana head over towards the opposite flank. And it's Rodri. Bernardo Silva played out towards the right wing. Cherki. And here's Haaland. Haaland! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Haaland actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Lavia. Lavia, gently done. And it's played forward. Gehi gets good distance on it. Now, what about a counter-attack? Haaland. Caicedo wins the duel this time. And it's Fernandez. Doku. Cherki. Matheus Nunes. Rodri. Semenyo. Caicedo getting this one clear. And the volley. Caicedo. Hato. And it's Palmer. Fernandez. João Pedro. Great defending, strong and determined. Cherki. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Doku. O'Reilly. And here's Doku. Cherki. Out to the left it goes. He is just caressing the ball. Bernardo Silva. And he has been fouled there. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Cleared away. And here's Semenyo. Cucurella clears it away. And that is out of play. Hangs in across. Goes for a shot! goal kick. Gusto. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Kusenov. Now then, the ball's come loose. It's a throw-in. Semenyo. Kusenov. Bernardo Silva. O'Reilly. Rodri. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. This game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Leading 1-0 at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Semenyo. And here's Haaland. Haaland! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And that has gone horribly wrong. Moved on forwards. João Pedro. Palmer. Fernandes. Pedro Neto has found the net here, of course. Is there any support? He might not. Real chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Hato cuts out the pass. Caicedo. Now it's Pedro Neto, and it's Cucurella. Over to the left. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Semenyo. Bernardo Silva. O'Reilly. Rodri. That's really well manoeuvred. Well, nicely intercepted. Lavia. Fofana. Palmer. Gusto. Hurtling down that right flank. Palmer. Showing good feet. Now it's Palmer. Plenty waiting in the middle. Oh, it's a great ball here. Chance for a shot! Has another go! Semenyo. Cherki. That's a cute ball. He has found the way through. Doku. Oh, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. It's a loose ball. Matheus Nunes. Now it's Semenyo. Semenyo. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And it's Palmer. Gusto. That's very neat. Matheus Nunes. Semenyo. Cherki. Semenyo looking to get on the end of this. And it's kept out by a stubborn defence. Gusto. Hato. Aim forwards. Oh, can he get onto this? Caicedo. João Pedro. Good chance here! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Kusenov. Cherki. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. That's been drilled forward. Gusto. Fofana. Caicedo. Hato, gently done. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Cherki. Matheus Nunes. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Semenyo. Oh, they could be caught out here. Matheus Nunes. Semenyo. Cherki. Caicedo. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Lavia, and he goes cross-field. João Pedro. Very nicely done. Cucurella crosses. Gehi is there, and he can get that clear. Matheus Nunes, driven forward. Doku. Spread out to the left. He's in plenty of space here. Climbs up big! Deftly away. Caicedo. Cucurella. Hato. Fernandes. Hato. Cucurella. Hato. Looks to the other side. Gusto. And it's Palmer. João Pedro. Fernandes. Caicedo. Fernandes. And here's shoots! And he's there to get it away. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Pedro Neto goes short. Lavia. Fernandez. Oh, good spread. Big chance! No mistake! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a double. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Kusanov played towards the other side. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, it very much looks like this defence has learned from its errors now.
Semenyo. Natchez Nunes. Moved on forwards. Doku. Nicely shaped cross. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Caicedo. Cucurella. Fofana. Palmer. Fernandez. Lavia chooses to go cross-field. Cucurella looking to run onto it. O'Reilly. Gehi. Up towards the front line. Natchez Nunes. Now it's Semenyo. And it's Nunez. Cherki. Now it's Nunez. Ball is over the line. Fernandez. Palmer. Fernandez. And it's played forward. Lavia. Gusto. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Gehi gets across to intercept that. Doku. O'Reilly. Palmer. Fernandez. Lavia. Fernandez. Played out to the right. Gusto. It's a mighty effort! Didn't quite get enough on that.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. O'Reilly. That's really well manoeuvred. O'Reilly shifted upfield. Caicedo. Hato. Caicedo. Fofana. Palmer. And it's Fernandes. Fernandes. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Trying it! Oh, that was extravagant by any standard.
Well, there wasn't much else on there, so why not have a crack? So nearly paid off too.
Cucurella. Hato. That'll be a throw-in. Cleared away. Cherki. He's in space and looking for options. Fofana getting this one clear. João Pedro. Fofana. Hato. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Out to the left it goes. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Hato cuts it out. João Pedro. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Marmoush. And it's O'Reilly. Point-blank header! He will be livid with himself. Ball's gone out of play. And here's Palmer. Gusto. Now he's got space here. Oh, that's nice. Marmoush, Gehi, Kusanov. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Cherki, Matheus Nunes. And here's Marmoush. Gusto wins the duel this time. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Out to the right. Looking here to chip it through. No way through, so back it comes. Fernandes. Hato. Caicedo. And the shot! Caicedo. Palmer, who does have an assist to his name. Rodri. Cherki. Savinho. And here's Nunes. Savinho. This might spell danger. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Palmer. Gusto. Lavia. They played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Palmer. Lavia. Bernardo Silva. And here's Haaland. Savinho. Cucurella. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Caicedo. Can he get onto this? Caicedo. Caicedo's... Oh, smashing header! Oh, not the best of headers. O'Reilly. Matheus Nunes. Kusanov. Cherki. Gehi aimed forwards.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Hato. Hato forwards and with intent. Fernandez. Cucurella. And here's Neto. A chance to play it in. Can he finish? They've played it short. Aimed in towards the centre. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Played it again. Up he goes! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Oh, he was a bit complacent there, I thought, Peter. Maybe he thinks the game is already won.
And it's Palmer. Fernandez. And he cuts out the supply. Bernardo Silva. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Cherki. And here's Haaland. Cucurella. Gusto. Hato. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Now it's Pedro. here's Neto. Cleared without complication. And that's been won straight back. Caicedo. Cucurella. Caicedo. And it's Fernandes. Played out wide. Oh, that's neat. Cucurella has been caught there, it's a foul. Gehi is there and he can get that clear. And it's been taken short. Tries to get it clear. Cherki. Matthews Nunes. Gehi. O'Reilly. Rodri. Matthews Nunes. That's a lovely, neat pass. Lovely feet. And he's there to clear it. This could be their final throw of the dice. Caicedo tries to clear. And here's Savinho. It's anyone's ball now. Lavia. Gusto. Fernandes. Does really well to win the ball there. Fofana. Gusto. Fernandes. Lavia. Hato shifted upfield. Kusenov. Bernardo Silva. Cherki. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva played out to the left flank. Looks to the other side. Cherki. Oh, good spread. Oh, nice touch. Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's come loose. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Matthews Nunes. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Hato. Fernandes. Hato. Fernandes. Palmer. Caicedo. Cucurella. Lavia. That's really well manoeuvred. Kusenov. Matthews Nunes. Savinho. Cherki. O'Reilly. Bernardo Silva. The referee's awarded a free kick. Now then, what's happening here? He is already on a yellow. He knows what's coming, a second yellow, and he's off. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Savinho, cracking ball. Matthews Nunes! He can get that clear. He is through here. much subtlety about that challenge. Little doubt, that is a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. It's Palmer. Caicedo. And that was very necessary. Lavia. Haaland. Gehi. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Matheus Nunes. Foden. And here's Haaland. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. There's obvious upset over that challenge. You can see the players face to face. Let's hope this doesn't escalate.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
He's having a shot! He's hit it first time.
Well, that was inventive and speculative, but the thought process was a little slicker than the attempt.
And it's been taken short. Matheus Nunes. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And that is that. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. And after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I think this is a win that owes a lot to front-footed defending. I think the way they defended from up top starved the opposition of space, and they were able to go from strength to strength thereafter.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.
Ladies and gentlemen.